In the previous video you saw us getting ready for this year, cleaning everything, installing the office, setting up tents, because people are arriving to help out with the next season of Project Kamp.
So here we are, new year, new projects, new people, new leaves, new flowers, same old sweater. In this video I'm going to show you all the things we're going to do this year, and we're going to start off with our construction projects. Let me show you. So on the land we have this small ruin which last year we renovated. So we added a roof on top, insulation, made it into a dry space, built a veranda outside, because the goal is to build a guest house in here. But actually for the coming season we don't really need that yet, so we're going to use it for something else. Let me show you. So this year we're going to use this space as an office, so we can do very productive work, insulated from the heat and the cold. I cannot go further because no shoes are allowed at this point. Yeah, so this is a good office. So we're going to keep it for that. One thing we still want to do here this year is this box here, which is still unfinished. So as you can see, raw floor, insulation material, because this is going to be the shower and the toilet for the future guest house, and we're going to renovate that this year. So that's on the to-do list. And something else for this ruin is outside. So here we are in the bottom of the ruin. It's a bit older building made from old granite rocks, currently used as a storage. I want to renovate this room this year, but we noticed in winter that this wall was getting completely wet and made the floor wet, so we need to fix that before we're going to renovate it. But yeah, there are two rooms underneath the ruin, and this year we want to make sure they're waterproof, cleaned up, so we can use them. So that was all the renovations we're going to do for the ruin. It's almost there already, so we just need to wrap it up. And next let me show you the other renovation project we're going to do, which is involving a shipping container. So here we have a beautiful new old rusty shipping container. We got another one this winter.
The whole year waiting for these dry spaces,
right? They're very good if you want a quick, temporary, dry structure. So we have already two shipping containers, and this one is going to be storage. So we're going to put all things like bulk food for the kitchen, seasonal tents, some garden tools. And we're going to build a big roof on top, the biggest roof we have so far in Project Kamp. So we can also store other things like our material storage on the outside. So this is going to be one big container. So currently we all live in vans and tents in base camp, which is a pretty good setup. And we also have this old yellow post office van, which we're going to renovate this year because it's been here 2 years, got a few leaks, a bit rough inside. So we're going to clean it all up and build a nice proper space in there so visitors can stay. And yeah, like all of us live in vans and tents, and it's cool, but it's very temporary. So this year, for the first time, we're going to build our level 2 house, the first one. Let me explain what that means. So these are what we call level 1 houses. This and also vans, temporary structures that you put somewhere. You can take them down, mostly to stay in the season, not really in winter. Don't require any legal paperwork, you just plop them there and you can stay in it. So yeah, level 1 house, we have a lot of that. But now we're going for level 2 house. So level 2 house doesn't exist yet, but just to illustrate what it could look like, something like a shipping container. Not even as complex as this one, but really just a container that you put on a piece of land and then you can live in it, which gives more comfort than something like a van or a tent, but it's not as complex as legalizing an entire new house. So that's what we consider a level 2 house, this sort of in-between state that is still temporary, but gives you more comfort. And just while we're at it, let me also explain you what we think is a level 3 house. So level 3 house would be more something like this. It requires a bit of imagination, but the principle would be a proper house built with heavy stones, legalized in the paperwork, where someone can really live properly all year around. We're not there yet, but in the future for sure we would have these kind of houses as well here in the project. And that's what we consider a level 3 house. A small disclaimer, the things, level 1, 2 and 3 house, we made them up. It's just for ourselves internally that we know how to build and develop each type of housing. But for now, no level 3 house yet. We're going to start this year with our first level 2 house, which is probably going to be built on a trailer, a big trailer, the size of a shipping container. Not sure yet if it's going to be a shipping container house. Anyway, next renovation project is going to be our big ruin. So here we are in the big ruin, or what we call our community center. We're a bit behind with this project. We hoped we would do more, but most of the year we spent last year on designing. So just to give you imagination what it's going to be like, this building is going to be the kitchen, where you can do big shared meals for the community. In this area here is going to be more like toilets and shower, where the people can clean up. And over here the big space is going to be a shared community space. So when it's hot outside or cold and rainy, you can be in here sheltered. And we would also have a few offices where people can do digital work. So online, with the help of some others, we started making the drawings of this building. But the next step is actually to look into the legalization of it, because we want to keep as much of the existing structure as possible, which is obviously not really the usual thing to do. So we're not sure how much is possible. We need to look into the fire regulations. And there's a bit of an urgency here because the local rules and regulations change every 10 years. And this is the year they're going to change, and they might change a lot because there was a fire here a few years ago. So yeah, we're in the middle of that process. You can follow it on the research module, but it's still a bit in the boring process of legalization. So those were the construction projects, and next let me show you our landscaping projects. And this category is a bit, can be overwhelming, because if you have 10 hectares of land, there's so much to do. You can grow your own food, plant a forest, make swales, retain the water. So it's important to prioritize. And last year it became pretty clear to us what should be our first priority. It's a bit lame, but kind of essential, is to make sure we're more fire resilient, because the land burned down a few years ago, the region always burns down. So especially in summer, it's kind of important to be fire resilient, because otherwise the whole operation just wipes down in the afternoon. So that's kind of where we based our landscape goals upon. And one of the main things we're going to do is to clear more of the native trees, which we've done, for instance, here. There used to be a lot of bushes around. Then we cleared it up so the native trees can grow, and they are a bit more fire resilient than the other ones. But there's still a lot to do. So as you can see, this is what it usually looks like. Just a lot of bushy and vegetation, which is usually a good thing, but here, especially on our rock hill area, it's bordering neighbor land, which has an eucalyptus farm, so it's the most highest risk of fire up here. So we want to make sure this area is a bit more fire resilient. So next project is this lake right here. I guess I should watch my words. According to YouTube comments, this is a swamp or a pond, but not a lake. Makes sense. But it's pretty cool. It's for animals where they can drink, and for us to have a bit of a water reservoir. However, it needs a bit of clearing up because the soil around it is eroding, and we also want to make it bigger. Main reason for that is so we have a bigger water reservoir. So in case of a fire or a very dry summer, we can retain more water as a backup. The neighbors actually also told us that there used to be helicopters here when there's a fire to take the water, which they currently can't do because it's fully overgrown. So if we clean it up a bit, they could. So yeah, we want to revitalize this water reservoir. Also make sure the water from the land flows in here. It retains, it's a healthy place for the animals to come. We could actually use some help here from someone that has more expertise in building lakes, swamps, pond, however you want to call this. If you want to come and help out, let us know. Sign up on the website. So we can make this into a nice little thriving ecosystem. So sorry YouTube, this year we're still not gonna grow our own food. We just don't have the capacity yet. But one thing we do want to do is plant more fruit trees. We already did this a bit here and there, but this year we really want to plant between 50 and 100. Mainly because it's more of a long-term investment to grow our own food, that in many years from now we can pick the fruits. So yeah, planting fruit trees this year. Another thing we want to do this year is cleaning the creek. We actually already wanted to do this last year and we started, but it became a bit more work than planned, so we were not able to finish it. But the principle would be we have this creek flowing on the land and we want to make sure to remove all the invasive species there and keep the native trees so they can really grow and flourish and create a healthy place. So here we are at the waterfall, which is flowing right there, water going down. And this is the lagoon we cleaned up last year. It's now in winter, so it filled up with water, which is really cool. But it's actually not that deep. It looks like a lot of water, but it's only this deep. And there's just this thick layer of leaves, soil, earth in there. So this year we want to clean it up, so it's a nicer place to swim. But also just so we have a bigger water capacity storage here. And the soil that we're going to take out is very good, but we're going to put it around this area so the things can grow more there and we can store more water in there. So it's going to be a big muddy job in here. And besides all of the landscaping work, we also have a few upgrades we need to make to base camp. One of them is a roof here, because now if it rains and the door is open, it always gets wet, the pants. It's not nice. And it's also when the sun shines very hot when you're cooking. So we're going to make a little roof there. And besides that, this year we also want to be with more people. So last year we were maximum 15. This year we're going for 25, which means we also need to upgrade a few systems. So for instance, here we do dishwashing. It's a bit messy where you store the plates, so we're going to upgrade that as well. So we have a few base camp improvements we have to make. Which means we also need to upgrade our toilet. Now this toilet is still the exact same one as how we originally built it. We even have this little sign that says you need to add some sawdust after pooping, from cardboard. Still alive, still there. Everything else got moldy except this thing. So the toilet itself is kind of okay, doesn't really need upgrades, but we just need another toilet because we're going to be with more people. So in the morning when it's busy, some people have a high tendency to go. We just need a second toilet. So we're going to build that, and probably this time different, where we separate the urine from the poop. And finally, here we are back in the office, because we're going to have a few things different for the coming year. A few positions open. One is that there can be a web developer in-house here, so we can improve our software to share our documentation. And also a position for a communication manager that helps us to distribute our messages in the world. And finally, we also upgraded our video team. Before we had Ravi, and now we also have Guilherme here. And I think I just pronounced his name wrong. It's a difficult name. But we can call him Guy.
Hi, YouTube.
And their goal is to get the YouTube subscribers to 1 million this year. And that's 100,000, so we have some work to do. And they're now editing the video for next week, which is going to be about the pickup. If you already want to see that, make sure to support us on Patreon or not, and you'll see it next week here on YouTube. It's going to be cool.